Uh, yeah, another tier list. Now, this tier list, it's gonna be annoying. I would much prefer sprites because this looks so bad. But I could not find any that didn't have sprites, and this was the first one that was entirely updated. Look, we got Fiskarna here. This one's entirely updated, and I wanted to kind of update, and I want to make one entirely on my own opinion. The last tier list I made, I had a little bit of influence from other people and how I thought how good a Loomian was. So now we're just gonna rank it entirely on my own opinion. We're gonna start off with Colossal Trials because it's the first one I see here. Colossal Trials, I would say Colossal Trials is A minus. It's very powerful. It learns Brawn Boost now, and also I would say its abilities aren't bad. Staunch, I don't know. Vigorous is obviously great. Frail Armor could make for a pretty interesting sweeper. I feel like people don't use Frail Armor much. Vigorous is the standard, but if you don't have a secret ability Colossal Trials, then you could use the others. I'd say it's pretty good, pretty powerful, and how bulky is it? It should be pretty bulky, right? Right? In theory, this should be really pretty bulky. Yeah, 103 health. Okay, so it's a really good melee tank. Not really a range tank, but it can take melee hits. I think Colossal is pretty good. Duskit, I don't think Duskit's good. No one thinks Duskit is good. Duskit isn't that good. I mean, I put it in honestly B minus. It's fast. It's not that strong, and its coverage is mediocre. Mind, I'll just call them by their actor type. Psychic, Ghost, and Dark is not good coverage. It learns Outburst, which I will say is a buff for it for sure. I don't know what I'm holding right now, and I would say pretty cool. Outburst is pretty cool. Definitely pretty good on Duskit, but it's still not good. Duskit, it just isn't good. I don't think its typing is good. I think the typing is the issue, and also its move pool not good. Terraclaw. I personally think that Terraclaw is pretty okay. Pretty okay. I like to use Terraclaw quite a bit. I don't have my own right now. I traded my old one away, but Terraclaw is pretty good in my opinion. I'd say it has a lot of coverage options. Venom Chomp. Wait, does it get Venom Chomp? No, it gets Baneful Bash, right? I think it just full on gets Baneful Bash. And it also gets Cyclone Slam, Rough Up, Parasitize, and Mega Chomp. That's pretty good coverage. So Terraclaw's got good coverage. I know people like to run Eerie Stare with it and even Pestilence. I personally would not run Pestilence and maybe I run Eerie Stare. But I just don't see much use for Eerie Stare. I don't fully understand. I just like Terraclaw like just sit there, take range hits, and do decent damage back. Terraclaw can be pretty threatening, personally. By the way, this is all my own opinion. It's the whole point of this one is entirely my own opinion, no other influence. I think Serenite is pretty solid with the whole barbs. It has now its terrifying ability. It can run an offensive and a defensive set really well. The offensive set, it's strong. It's not that fast, but it can take a few hits. And it has Mega Punch and Body Crash. Body Crash for defensive, Mega Punch for offensive. It's really good. And it can set up barbs. It's an offensive Loomian that can set up barbs while also being threatening and even slap down opponents' items. Then for the defensive set, it has slap down, it has barbs, and it can still do some damage, and it can really tank. It has a potentially really good typing. It could also be potentially really bad, but I think the typing's pretty interesting. Yeah, Serenite, pretty good. Protogon. Protogon, I would say is A plus, not S, but A plus. It's really fast. It can do a lot of damage. The reason I put it in A plus and not S is because normally it would crush everything. But right now, we got Venillin. And yes, I know Steel Crusher Protogon exists. And Steel Crusher Protogon is certainly annoying for Venillin. But it's not just Venillin. Steel Crusher's gimmicky. And even then, Venillin can still beat it. And even Gas Stroke. Wait, Yeah, Gas Stroke. No one uses Gas Stroke, but still. And then I would say Deja Vu is better than Steel Crusher. I haven't used Steel Crusher myself though, yet. And it's not just those. It can struggle with things like El Iguana. I'd say Protogon works best as a late game cleaner. I don't think wall breaking with it is useful. I guess it depends on the team matchup. If the opponent, you wall break them with Protogon. If not, you late game clean once things like El Iguana, Venilin, Terraclaw, they're down. Maybe weaken things like Cyrano a little bit. I'd say that's how you use it. Tatap, I think Tatap is amazing right now. Maybe even S. Tatap is absolutely amazing right now. Now that it had recently it got Timber Thrash, that is amazing for it. It is really common right now in the metagame. It's not just powerful, but it's also got decent speed. Boots Tatap. Pause. Where was I? I completely forgot where I was. I was talking about Tatap, right? Tatap's good. Umbretta's garbage. It can't really hit anything. It just doesn't have the coverage to hit down things. It's not that strong. I don't think it's good. In my entire opinion, I think Zeppelin is A. Most people will probably rank it lower, but I say Zeppelin is A. It is decently fast. It is very strong. Very strong. It has the perfect coverage in Mudslide. And now the only thing I feel like Zeppelin struggles with is like, I guess Venilin. And I guess some electric types. If it goes up against a weakened team, it can clean house really easily. I think Zeppelin is amazing. Provoke is probably what I would use over Stretch on a Piece of Mind set. Piece of Mind, Resonate, Mudslide, and then one last move. That's personally what I would run on Zeppelin. I think Zeppelin is amazing. I might rank it higher, but I think I'll leave it at A. Infernix, I know Infernix is good. But I don't really use it very well. I'm putting it at B because this is all my opinion. Because I haven't seen many people use Infernix at all. And I personally haven't used it much. The Power Napper one that I have isn't really PvP and it's really bad. I did make it range tanky, but it's still really bad for me. I don't think the Power Napper one that I have is any good. Overall, Infernix, I don't think it's very good. From my experience. Once I get an Infernix and actually use it, I'll probably bump it up a bunch. Because I know Infernix is good. I know it. I just haven't seen it. Alright, next is El Iguana. I would say El Iguana is probably like B+. It's not that amazing, but it can do some decent things. A little bit specific. A little bit specific in like countering metal types. I think that's what El Iguana excels at, countering metal types. That's what it's really good at. And also ancient types. So it's kind of a specific counter. And other things better can do it, like Venelan, do what it does, range tanky. But yeah, El Iguana, a little specific, but it can do things. It also can sweep. Cannibal, I think Cannibal could be A-. Could be A-. It is very strong, obviously. It's not that slow. I'd say Boots Cannibal is really scary. Like, really scary to face. If you don't know what you're doing, at least. And then Bulk Up Cannibal, I wouldn't say that's great, but it's very strong. Like, really strong. I haven't used Ambush Cannibal before, but I want to. And yeah, it can definitely break things. I say its weakness is a little bit slower than the more offensive metagame. Being slower than Carolyn isn't great. Yeah, Cannibal, strong. I say it's a very good wall breaker. Cephalops is A+. I don't use Cephalops much, but when I do use it, it's really dang good. Really dang good. It's powerful, it's really bulky, and it's got a pretty decent typing. Pretty decent. It checks a lot of things really well. A lot of things. Seonite, Protogon, Zeppelin, the things we've mentioned so far. And it can also threaten plant type. That's one thing I've noticed. And it can be really hard to do. It also has a lot of versatility. Icicle Traps, Barter, Hypnotize, Soul Drain, Tsunami, Frost Beam. It may not be much, but all of these moves you can run the same set. So yeah, it's really good. Even as Aqua Jaws, I've heard. Apparently, you use that. Samarine, I don't think Samarine's very good. Sorry, guys. I know people like Samarine a lot, but I just don't think it's that good. It's not that good because I would say it's pretty strong, but not that strong, and it's pretty easy to stop a Samarine sweep. Plus, its coverage being Thunder Chomp, it's good coverage. It's good, but it's not good enough. It's not strong enough. I can just send a Kanibo in, and I think I live a +1 Thunder Chomp and then kill the Samarine. Sure, it costs my Kanibo, but still. I don't think it's that good. I'll be in B+, being a little generous in my eyes. Krakalowa, I think Krakalowa is pretty solid. Pretty solid. It is very tanky. I like to use Krakalowa as like a stopgap mid-game to stop some threats like Eclipse or Vesperado or anything. I'll just Raging Flame, get a good burn, and then Mud Spatter anything that I need to, and then also burn traps away. Krakalowa, very good defensive Loomian. I'd recommend it if you need some kind of really tanky butt. Waka Waka is pretty bad. So this is pretty common knowledge. Its typing is just way too bad. There's a reason that Executor, despite its really good stats, is really freaking bad. Faraglyph, I think Faraglyph can go into A-, maybe B+. I'm ranking Faraglyph a little bit higher than most people would. Faraglyph, it's got good stats and pretty interesting abilities, but in my experience using it, it can be a little tough. The idiosyncratic one, I sometimes struggle to hit things like Cephalops hard enough. As for the Piece of Mindset, that I think is way better than the idiosyncratic one, it's not that amazing. But I could 1v1 some Stratosaur sometimes, even if it's Taze Magnify sometimes. The 10%, pretty interesting. I definitely think Faraglyph's speed here is great, and it's pretty dang strong. And also has excellent coverage, too. We can't forget about the coverage. So yeah, Faraglyph, pretty interesting Loomian, not bad. Trumbull. I have not used Trumbull to know. Put in B. I'll put in B+. I know it's strong, I know it's got good coverage. I can imagine Trumbull being pretty dangerous. Garlash, I think Garlash is A. Garlash is fast. It is very, very, very strong. With Power Jaw, Vicious Snaps, and other coverage moves, it's really powerful. Chili Chomp recently got a buff. Sure, Mega Chomp got nerfed, but that's more for Hunter. And I'd say Garlash, really freaking good. I'd say it does struggle with things like Cephalops. It does struggle with those. But I can deal with Cephalops. First off, I can have other Loomians help with Cephalops. And second, I can barter specialty boots it if I decide to do that. It's not just Cephalops, obviously there's other things, but overall I think Garlash's coverage and power is really good. Stratosaur? Stratosaur's S. Apparently. Okay, no, not really S. I would put in A+, but I'll put in S for now. First off, other people have said S. I know this is all my opinion, but it seems like I'm not the only one thinking that Stratosaur is really, really good. I remember from somewhere I heard Stratosaur sucked. I've changed my mind. It's really annoying to face. Stratosaur is so annoying to face. It's really bulky. It's got one of those typing that's really specific in terms of how it handles things, like Eliguana in a way. Except it's a lot better than Eliguana. Because Perch removes its air typing, so that could help. It's better than Eliguana at sweeping, I'd say, and it's better typing. And I don't know, it's just a lot more common and really annoying. It's so annoying for me to fight Stratosaur. Like, I was trying to record the Fishkarna video the other day. Dear God, I was trying my best to find no Stratosaurs. Those things were tough. Barblast. I'd say Barblast. I don't know if I want to put an A. No, we're putting an A+. I was going to put an A because with the new Fishkarna update, it's been nerfed. But it's freaking Barblast, guys. Also, there's another Barblast down here. And another Umbra. I don't know what's happening here. Barblast is so freaking good. I love Barblast. One of my favorite Loomians of all time. It's really fat. Really, really fat. If it got barbs, that would be insane. And it would probably be S. If not higher. If not Uber. It's like Ursel. Ursel. Not Ursel. I call it Ursel. Barblast, even its weaknesses like electric or mind or earth, you can play around those. And also, a super effective Borok Earthquake with Earth Essence doesn't come close to one-shotting Barblast. This thing is a menace. It's an absolute menace. Metronet, from my experience, hasn't been that good recently. I'd still put an A minus, but it's not amazing. It's a really good Medito counter though, and it also has an interesting typing, definitely pretty cool. And it gets pyrokinesis, that definitely is pretty good coverage. I'd say the reason people say Metronet's broken is the hypnotized piece of mindset. But if you don't run hypnotized because you're a human, then sure, it's probably A minus. I say it does struggle with bug types a lot, but I think it's fine. Metronet, pretty solid. Venillin, I'll put Venillin in A plus, B plus. With Atlantean's new Dazzling Barrage, gifting Venillin Dazzling Barrage, that's really good coverage for it. Venillin is fast, powerful, and it even has Body Slam for Ticklets, which, if I'm not wrong, it 2-hit KOs Ticklets. At least from my experience. I've been using Power Cuffs very brawny. It doesn't have Sharp Claws for some reason, but it's still 2-hit KOs with Body Slam. So yeah, that's really strong. I can beat Ticklets if it switches into Body Slam because of that. Assuming it's not nimble. I think Venillin is best against I like to use it as a wall breaker and randomly just hit Cephalops and one shot it with 5 Dazzling Barrages. I think Venilin's pretty fun to use. Luxor, I don't think Luxor is that good, but I'll put it somewhere with Duskit. Luxor, I think, is pretty solid in a way because I struggle to deal with it sometimes. Raging Howl is beastly, and also Fire Breath is pretty strong, pretty good coverage. Luxor, kind of scary at times, but I don't think it's that good. Mootoo, and I haven't really seen a lot of Mootoo, and I haven't really used it myself. I'm still hunting for the SAPVP Mootoo, and I still don't have it. I'll put Mootoo in B for now then. Just because I really don't know how good it is. At all. Ikazune? I put Ikazune in B+. People usually rank Ikazune a little bit lower, and I don't like that. Ikazune is pretty good. Maybe even A- in my eyes. I really like the Boots Ikazune. I think the Flash and Fleece spam is amazing. Like, really dang good. It's really good. It's really good. And also, it's just strong. It can threaten the Tyrex. It can threaten the Barblast. It can threaten ancient types. That's good. I like using Ikazune mid-game with specialty boots. And I haven't tried the Magnify set yet, but I probably will one day. Alright, Obsidragon. It's super common. I'm going to put Obsidragon in S just because I see it all the time. I will never stop seeing Obsidragons. If I'm doing PvP, I'm guaranteed to find Obsidragon. Like, nearly guaranteed. Be it the Drudge set, the super tanky Body Crash set, or just a straight up attacker set, or God knows what else. This thing is, I'm going to fight this thing. And also, it's really annoying. Drudge set, I say, is the easiest to handle for most of my team. There have been occasions where I find the Drudge set scarier than the melee defensive one. But the Drudge one is terrifying. Well, no, not really terrifying. Because I can stop it with a metal type. Like, Protagon, even. And as for the melee defensive set, though, I can never switch into it. My best way of dealing with it is just snagooping it. Because Jetstream is a 2-shot against it. I say that's my best way of dealing with Obsidragon. Which, I don't know, man. That's not really good. That's not really good. Harvestech, I think Harvestech is pretty solid. A minus, you know. Harvesect, it has a very cool typing and it's very melee bulky. It's generally bulky. It's not terribly slow if I'm not wrong, right? Whenever I think of Harvesect, I think of a base 70 speed tier. It's actually 56. Okay, so it's a bit slower than I expected, but it's decently strong. It has good moves, especially bulk up. It really helps it. Driving force is amazing. It has a couple of weaknesses, but I think it's perfect. I think you can work around those. Malmerk, I think Malmerk is also A minus. It is bulky as heck with the range defensive set. It is so easy to just bulk up sweep a Zeolong that thinks that can beat me 1v1. It's really dang easy. Just use the bulk up set. It's really easy to use. I have not used Haganash to know. Wobbliss, I'll put Wobbliss in B+. It's decent. It's pretty tanky. Gets barbs now, so that's really nice. And it has driving force. I'd say Wobbliss is a pretty good one. Nope, we don't. Florence sucks. I'll put Boonery right in the middle. Oh, that's Sign Him Off. I don't think Sign Him Off is good. I'll put Boonery here. Garbanzo, I think Garbanzo is honestly A. Garbanzo honestly is A. It's really melee tanky. Bulk up, it getting bulk up is really dang good. Really dang good. And it's also really strong with battering ram. It's not really hard. It's not really easy to deal with it. Sure, there's air type, but once I get rid of those with like a Metatoad, then it just goes to town. I think our band is pretty dang solid. Avatros, I put Avatros in A minus because it's a pretty good sweeper. Like, you need to remove its weaknesses, but it's not terribly difficult. And it also, yeah, I think it's pretty good. Pretty strong. Nosedive and Thundercrash are decent together, although not amazing. I would have preferred if it got something like Close Combat. But A is completely fine. Yeah. Wintrix? Wintrix is very, very dang good. I've been using Chill Wintrix recently, my Gleaming PvP one. And might I say, that thing is pretty dang strong. But it's not great. I'd say Wise is a pretty good ability. Chill, Wise, and Glide are all amazing abilities. I'd rank Wise the highest, and then Chill and Glide are probably equal. In my eyes. Wise is really freaking good, though. Because I can just probably two-shot a Protogon switching in with Brain Freeze. It's really strong. Also, Brain Freeze hitting Mind types is really nice for Metatoad. Because whenever I use my Chill Wintrix, I have times where Metatoad like to switch in. If I was a Wise set, I'd just Brain Freeze them. Skellic? I'm just gonna put B because I think that's where Skellic actually is. I don't really know. I don't think Eruptodon's that good. I'll also put it in B. Although I'm trying to get my SA PvP one right now. Give me a while. Lyricat? I don't think Lyricat's that good. It's not strong enough. Falkyrie? Screw you. Screw Falkyrie. Screw Falkyrie. I hate Falkyrie. Cosmire. Okay, there's something. Actually, I don't think I can rank this. I do not know. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't know how good these things are. Finally, something I can rank. Yursnack A. Yursnack very tanky. It's got an alright defensive typing, in my eyes. Baffles. It's mainly just baffle support. I heard one time Icicle was better than Yursnack at baffling, which I don't quite get. Because I feel like Yursnack is better. Because tank. It's really tanky. I think Yursnack is better. It has Heartbreak. It has Slapdown utility. I think Yursnack is pretty good. Munchwheel, I'll put you in B+. Munchwheel, I like using Munchwheel as a bulk up sweeper. I don't have it anymore, but I could easily get another one. Specialization Munchwheel is pretty fun. But then I think the bulk up rev up set is the best. And I'd say Munchwheel would be really good if it had like Power Jaw or something. Because Thunder Chomp gets really strong. And Thunder Chomp is like great coverage for it. But Rev Up is also an amazing ability. It can sweep with bulk up. It's not hard. Trust me. Sinogre, right now in the metagame, I want to rank Sinogre as A or A-. I'll put A-. I feel like A is a little bit too much. I have used a really bad Sinogre before. I got a SA PvP one, but I never got to show it off, and I traded it away already. The SA PvP Sinogre is really, it's pretty cool. Sinogre is mostly used as a stall breaker, like a really good stall breaker. Because you have Spite, you have Poison, you have Provoke, you have Fade Away. Those are all amazing. Offensive Sinogre is also pretty cool. Because it has Boom Bash, which is really good coverage. In Pokemon, Ghost and Fighting is one of the deadliest offensive combos ever. Because it's really good offensively. Like, kind of like Ground Ice. Although, definitely not as insane. So, Sinogre has a really good offensive combo. I don't know if it's as good in Loomian Legacy, Ghost Fighting, but I think Sinogre itself is pretty dang good. It's got great stats overall. Borak I want to put as A because it's really strong, really fast. Specialty Boost is an amazing item for it as Quick Punch, even as Bulk Up now. And as Brazilian's Body Crash. And both is a great ability. There, done. I just sped run the Borak talk. Megatom's good coverage. There, more. The Rogo? I don't think the Rogo's good. I think it's a little too weak. I don't think it has enough attack. People mostly use it as a barb setter. And it's Gobidemic. I don't think the Rogo's good. Zeolong, I can't say the same. It is super common. Really dang good. I really love using Zeolong. It's really fun. And it's really good. Zeolong is great. Because Elemental Burst does a lot of damage. So does Thunder Strike, but Elemental Burst for like Earth types. And then it also has Ancient Roar. That's great defensive utility in a way. It's also really, really fast. Zeolong, pretty good. Elephage, I'm really biased to my own Elephage. Because I really like my own Elephage. Overall, I want to say Elephage is A-, but I'll put an A. I'll be nice to Elephage. Because Elephage, it's pretty fast, pretty strong, and I know people like the melee tank set. I do see why, but personally, I don't use it. I don't have a robust Elephage. I only have a smart one, but my smart Elephage is really good. It's really good at spamming Flash and Flee. It's not. I would have preferred Nimble, but this is also great. It's really good at spamming Flash and Flee. I just think it's really easy. Plant types definitely deal with me very well, but I can work around those. Whipple Drift, I'll put Whipple Drift A-. It's a really dangerous sweeper, but I haven't got swept by one before. Venelan. Okay, this thing is an A+. I've seen people rank it lower. Venelan it's so common, and it's so amazing. I see why it's so common. I use it. It is super dang annoying. The fact that it has Rejuvenate makes it super annoying for so many range attackers. Be it Zeolong, be it Wintrix, be it Elephage, be it Stratosaur, be it Zeppelin, be it Whippledrift, be it Metronet. If you can't tell, I'm just naming the things I see right now. Yeah. And take note, I said Metronet. That's a Mind type. Even with super effective Flabbergast, Venelan's eating it. It can take Faraglyph Psycho Blasts. It's super. It has Heavy Shackles, Barter. It has Poison. It has Mud Spatter for like solid coverage if it needs to. It even has Charade if you want to run that. I think Venelan's really good. Mutagon. I want to put it at S because everyone puts it at S, but I'm gonna put it at A. My own opinion, because Heavy Fist Mutagon I haven't struggled with too much. It does hit hard. I can see why people put an S. But I can generally stop it. It's really Vesperado weak. And while Metatoad and Cephalops aren't really counters, they definitely help in dealing with Mutagon. I think Mutagon, it's not bad by any means at all. It hits really hard. It threatens the majority of the metagame. Okay, Wiki, you're kind of garbage. Spreezy? Oh, that's Luminami. I'll put Luminami. We won't talk about Luminami much. I don't really like using it. I'll put an A-. I know it should be higher, but I'm going to leave it there. Also put Spreezy in A- because Spreezy is a really good physical wall. Has so many options, but mostly I like to see it run with Sap Plant, Poison Barbs, Sapland, Poison Bards, Pestilence, and something else that I can't remember. I know some people like to run Dodge. I want to run Provoke. I think it. Yeah, I learned Provoke. I should be running Provoke on these things. Yeah, Spreezy learns a lot of good moves. And it's also pretty. Not too weak. How strong is Spreezy? What are Spreezy's stats anyway? Like, what are its stats? Oh, ooh, only 79 range attack. That's 93 speed, though. That's pretty good speed. It is pretty good speed. Spreezy, definitely quite good as a melee tank. This thing is absolutely everywhere. It's insane. I hate fighting Ticklip so much. It's so dang good, and I hate it. It will eat all the hits. It'll take a couple hits, hit back really hard, and also be decently fast. I usually stop the clip by just being a tank with Venilin. But yeah, Ticklip, it doesn't have many good switch-ins. If you don't have a Venilin or Stratosaur or something, you're not going to be able to send your Swolder in against it. No. Yeah, Ticklip, dangerous. And I also have Disperse. Carolyn, I'd rank Carolyn as in B+. It's it's really strong, but it's not really fast enough. It is really frail. That's good coverage, though. Nimue, A-. Maybe higher, but I'll put it A-. Incandescent Airblade is pretty strong. Peace of Mind and Perch is really annoying. Really dang annoying. And it has decent moves and a decent typing. Not bad. Pyrolin, I see Pyrolin a good amount. I'll put A-. I'll put A-. The offensive set terrifies me, because oftentimes I'll lose quite a lot to it. I won't get outright swept, but I'll lose a lot of stuff to the Pyrolin. Rageful Plushie Stretch with Peace of Mind is really dangerous. The bulky Pyrolin isn't really as terrifying to me, but it's not bad. Sedimars is pretty good. It's really fat. Not just in the model, it's just straight up fat in terms of its defenses. Lazy Talontroid is crippling. I would say Sedimars is pretty good. If only it had like a better secondary typing or something. Lumello, I don't see a lot of Lumellos anymore. I'll put it in B. Although it's not bad. It's a really good barb setter. Really good. I think Lumello is pretty good. Like, pretty good. I just haven't seen a lot of them. Swirl? We're not going to talk about Swirl. Actually, you know what? I'll actually rank Swirl. I'll put it in B+, because it's not hard to stop. If you can't stop Swirl, it will destroy you. But generally, you can stop it, because it only has Mud Spider and Jetstream. It's not good. If it hasn't got enough boost yet, you can send in something like an electric type to deal with it. Or, most notably, a Wintrix. Swolder, I'd say Swolder is A. It is pretty bulky. It is pretty strong. And it's got a solid enough typing. And it has poison. It can run an offensive and a defensive set. Mine is Robust Nimble. I don't know if Swolder runs Robust Nimble. But I know it has the Brawn Boost set, which is, I would say, pretty dangerous. I think it's pretty good. But I also really like the defensive set, because it can eat a lot of hits. I use the defensive one, but you can run an offensive one if you want. Banfino is not good in singles. It's just not that good. I'll put it in B, but maybe I might bump it higher once I get like an offensive one. Mentation is pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty much the melee walls here. It's not as good as its partner Venelan. You know, this is basically Scar and Bliss, because ever heard of Ven core? Because people like running Ventation Venelan cores, especially defensive, melee defensive, decent type synergy if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's actually pretty decent type synergy. Wow. And then Ventation, it's got really powerful battering rams. And Geyser, you don't really want to switch in on Geyser. Ventation's issue is by far its recovery. It cannot really heal. If it could heal, dear God. Oh no. Yeah, Ventation, really annoying. I don't think Joltooth is good. It's too slow. Tsukame, I don't think Tsukame is good. It's a little bit passive. Akalos, I want to rank as A-, maybe B+, but I'll put it A-, because Akalos is, I really love using it as a Brawn Boost sweeper. I really love using it. I love using Akalos. And Let's see, Ice Hammer, Hydro Slash. It's not bad. And it can type Icicle Traps if you want it to. If only went a little bit faster, I'd rank it higher. I don't think Diborg is any good at all. Cosmire, you. If we ignore Appetite, Cosmire. Surrogate's a really good ability, and Cosmire is really freaking strong. I'll put it in A minus. If only it had better coverage, then it would be higher. But Cosmire is good as is. I don't think it deserves more coverage. It's pretty okay right now. Blowtox, I put Blowtox in B. I use Blowtox just because I don't have a Bar Blast. I really want a Bar Blast. But yeah, Blowtox, it's pretty good. Wait, no, without Bar Blast. If Bar Blast wasn't around, Blowtox would definitely have a good niche as like a tank. But yeah, also Blowtox gets bulk up for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. Oxidrake, Oxidrake is an A+. Maybe an S. It's famously really good. It's got a really good typing. It's really strong. I don't use Driving Force Oxidrake, but you can if you want to. And very clever Oxidrake is dangerous. I'm a very advanced Snagoop user. I haven't used it much recently, but I'm a very, very advanced Snagoop user. And I like to two-shot most Oxidrake with Mug Blast, but then I'll run into a very clever one, and it'll Mysterious Death the poisons away. It'll get, 4 hit KO'd by Mug Blast or something? Because I'm not Toxic Essence. So yeah, dangerous. Sumo Beetle, I want to put Sumo Beetle as an A-, B+. I'll put it in A-. Because Sumo Beetle, it has decent move. No, I'll put it in B+. I haven't seen a lot of these. It has some decently bad weaknesses, but it can be really dangerous with all this priority. It's got really good defensive utility with the priority. I think that's what it excels at. Nevermare is, I want to put Nevermare in A+. Nevermare is really strong. Well, not really strong. With its crit, it's really strong. It's a crit machine. You can't really Obsidragon it because it'll just Primal Slash crit you and do a lot of damage. Maybe KO you if it has bulk ups up. And yes, it gets bulk up. Nevermare also got a good typing. I think Nevermare really good. Wrestling, I see a lot of these things, but I don't think they're very good. I'll put in A- just to even things out. Wrestling, it's powerful as heck, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's that good. I rarely get swept by Wrestling. Alright, Arapago is garbage. Chartiki is A- as well. Wait, where did I put it? No, A-. Chartiki is a good tank. Good tank. I'd say Chartiki functions well as a tanky attacker, and it's also one of the, if not the best Protogon counter in the game, which is amazing. I like it. This ridiculous Hunter model is an A+. Hunter is really good. It's fast. It's really fast. Really strong. And it has a insane coverage. There's not really many negatives besides maybe the typing, which isn't amazing. And also not that strong. It's really strong, but not that strong. Something like Oxidrake will give it trouble. But yeah, Hunter really freaking good. Buzzlin, I don't really know what to say about Buzzlin. I'll put in B+. I don't really know anything about it though. Shachi, don't like Shachi. Volkalowa, B+. Maybe B. No, I'll put in B. It's fine, I guess. Now Shinu, it's pretty common right now. I'll put in B+. I don't think it's good because it's stopped by Provoke, but yeah. I don't know anything about you. Himber? Himber's pretty good. A. It got devastating offensive coverage. For some reason, people like running Yeti's Wrath over Quick Punch, but it doesn't make any sense. Quick Punch is way better. I also like an Icicle Trap. Himber good. Ursul's an Uber. It has really oppressive coverage. Well, not coverage. It's just really strong. Its priorities insane. It has Slap Down, it has Sharpen, it's Chase Down. It's so good. I use Ursul sometimes. It's really good. There's a reason it's Ubers. Ragoon? I don't know. Okay, hang on. Guys, give me a second. Alright, next. Gardrone. Could be a little scary sweeper, but I don't know. I'll put it in B. This is an actual ranking. I don't think it's that good, but it could be dangerous. Tundrolin, really freaking good. Maybe an S tier. Possible S. You know, I'll put the possible S tiers over here. You're a possible S. You're a possible S. You're a possible S. You're a possible S. Maybe Oxidrake, although I'm kind of doubting Oxidrake. So yeah, these are all possible S tiers. I don't think Nevermare's S. But yeah, Tundrolin's also a possible S because it's really dang tanky. And it's got... I don't know. It's good. That's all I know. Bulk up. It has bulk up. I feel like it shouldn't have bulk up. Servalin, I don't think Servalin's very good. Sorry, Servalin. Tyrex? Tyrex is really good. Not from my experience. Well, yeah, from my experience. Not using it. From fighting it. These things are so annoying. Because they have such a good typing. They counter a lot of things. And really it's just water things that can threaten it. Because Himber versus Tyrex is a really scary one. And I think Himber usually wins. I don't know, actually. And if it's going up against like a Yursnak can't really do much to it. It's really just something like a Wrestling that can threaten it. Or a Kanibo. Or a range water type. But it hits hard. As Scapegoat, it's generally scary. Deladrix is amazing. Deladrix is amazing in my opinion. I'll put Deladrix in A+. Because its coverage is so good. It's pretty fast. Boots Deladrix, best Deladrix. People like running very nimble with boots, which I hate. Well, no, not boots. Clutch Plushy, which I hate. Because not only are you vulnerable to hazards, but you're also very nimble. Which makes sense that you're very nimble if you're not boots. But you're not that strong. With very smart, the power goes through the roof. That is amazing. It's amazing. Boots Deladrix, best Deladrix. As long as you have a brain though, because specialty boots is unique prediction. Mojo's a scary sweeper. I'll put in B+. A little scary. I hate fighting Mojos because I get swept by them sometimes. For some reason, Revenine's background is black. I'll rank Revenine as an A because it's a really good vengeance killer. It's really fast, pretty strong, and it's a god typing. It's a god tier typing. Handles Tata, which is really popular. And it's a spirit type. That's always good. Speaking of spirit types, Vesperado, A+. It's a really good Mutagon counter. It's really strong. Pretty fast, but not really that fast. Slapdown utility, Shadow Sprint if it needs to. Really just a slapdown spammer. Ticklet is definitely one of the best counter by far. All of Vesperado's hit moves don't hurt Ticklets, besides Airblade doing a little bit. Terrafly, I'd put Terrafly in B. I've tried using it. It's not that amazing. So it's kind of sad. Gobidemic, I'll put Gobidemic in an A. It's really fast. It's got barbs. The barb set is pretty good. The hyper offensive lead. But I like the offensive one. The Muck Blast Trip Root Airblade. I personally run Health Gift in the last slot, but sometimes I want to use barbs instead. Garbodemic, it's really good in some ways. Sometimes it's just a little weak. I think that's the issue sometimes. Okay, we're starting to get repeats now. What else here have I not ranked? I see Fiscarna. Fiscarna, I really don't know yet. I'll put an A- for now, but I don't know how it's gonna go. And is there anything else here that I haven't ranked? Not that I can see it, unless I'm super blind. I think we're done. Right? Yeah, we're done. So, I'll just look here, and I think this is pretty good. So, yeah, I feel like is missing Loomians. It's not. Well, I think that's the end of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see me do in the future. Have a good day, everybody, and final thing. This is all my opinion and my experience. Peace, guys.